Let me give you an example. 500 years ago, imagine some people saw that. Oh, look at it before it goes. Can you see in the sky?
The plane.
Oh, you call it plane? Imagine that. And then people start parachuting from it. They will say, this is like a bird. And inside the bird, people fell from the sky. Yeah? Why would they say that? Because their level of understanding of this kind of reality isn't that much advanced. God took the Prophet in a particular medium called Buraq. It was so much faster, that is faster than any of the rockets and vehicles you can imagine. It was in the shape of, which is like this, like it had wings. Is that a bird when you saw the wings on the plane? It's not a bird just because it had wings. Because wings are there in the plane for it to stabilize with aerodynamics and so on. So that particular medium, it's described to be like a horse or like something like this, a buraq with wings and so on and so forth. That's all. But it's not like an animal.
Well, even with modern technology, there's no such medium that we've discovered that could transport a human.
I just told you, 500 years ago, people would not even imagine there's any technology to take people up in the sky and then take from one place to the other.
So are you basically claiming that technology was there at that time?
I'm saying your particular assumption is, with our current set of knowledge of science, we cannot imagine a spaceship that goes faster than light, because it's impossible with our scientific theorem, right? Just like they thought you can't break the atom anymore, and quantum mechanics come along, and now we can break the atom even further and further. Do you see how scientific revolution happens?
Of course,
that
yeah.
breaks the scientific status quo.
Yeah.
Right. What I'm saying is, Prophet ﷺ wasn't inventing a machine. It was a medium granted by God to take him, transport him from this earth to over 7 heavens.
So how come there's no scientific evidence of that? Why are there no fossil remains? Why are there no
the wing posts?
Actual physical evidence other than just actual claims?
So when God transports a medium, you expect it to be there parked for you 1444 years later to put it on British Museum and say, this is what it happens.
But if such,
look at your expectation.
but if such a device is so powerful, how can we not have any remnants of those remains?
I'm just telling you,
Because, for instance,
why do you expect?
billions of years ago?
No, why do you expect this particular vehicle, transport medium, to be there parked in Mecca?
I didn't say parked. I'm saying at least evidence of that trip.
The evidence we have is reports. Reports. People have reported.
Can I just give it? Has anyone found Noah's Ark?
Noah's Ark isn't.
He doesn't believe it exists.
But has he ever?
But he doesn't believe he exists.
Oh, okay.
Right, brother, he doesn't. Right. So what I'm saying is, your expectation is not something that is justifiable, because I don't need to expect that everything the Prophet did, it needs to still be remnant here. What is remaining with us is the Quran, the ultimate evidence.
Well, I believe that it's empirical evidence, and if there's no empirical evidence, it's just one claim against another.
Do you think everything requires empirical evidence?
Absolutely, yeah. If I was to believe something, if I, for instance, you talk about, for instance, the Crusades with the Christians and the Muslims. Think about how many people died in that war because of one.
Less than the secular wars committed by in the Second World War and the First World War.
Again, ideology, beliefs, not empirical evidence.
No, I'm just telling you, it's irrelevant how many people die between
Exactly,
wars.
that's what I'm trying to say.
So,
empirical evidence is key because
okay. Do you have empirical evidence for gravity?
I'm not personally a scientist.
Do you believe in gravity?
Gravity is a law of nature.
Yeah.
I rephrase. Apologies.
I don't believe.
Do you consider gravity exists?
Yes, it's a law of nature.
Good. Where is your empirical evidence for gravity?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's many studies backing it. I'm sure. If, for instance, gravity is different depending on which planet you're on. Gravity on Earth.
Do you know what gravity is? Okay, let me tell you. What color is it?
Right.
How does it smell like? One second.
The fundamental line, it can be measured.
Cain.
That's
What
the
your
thing.
name is?
Cain. Yeah.
Cain.
Yeah.
What color? How does it taste like? How does it feel like? Can I touch it? Can I sense it?
Can I see it?
Can I smell it? Can I see it?
Exactly. It's like air, isn't it?
The fundamental point is it can be measured.
No, the question
Oh,
is
good, good, good. Can I measure it?
Yeah, you can measure it.
Okay. So what am I measuring?
Again, I'm not claiming to be an expert in
the
physics.
effect. So what's saying?
But what I'm saying is,
Do I have a finish?
because we,
Isn't it?
Are you going to test gravity?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, test
That's
it.
it.
Look.
yeah, that's gravity. Yeah.
What did you see?
What do you see?
Don't say.
What did you see? What did you see? I saw 1 point falling. Did anyone see gravity?
No, you see the effect.
What color was it? What color was gravity?
It doesn't have a colour.
So what did you see it then? You didn't see anything. Right. Did you,
That's what I'm saying.
wait. Ken, 1 second. Let's build on it.
Step by step,
Let's
man.
build on it. So as it's falling, can I touch it? Feel it?
No, you
No. Gravity. So as it's falling,
You don't know.
no. Can I smell it?
No.
No. So where is gravity?
Around.
No, that's what. It's actually a green monster that's pulling it down. Green monster with 3 fingers pulling it down. You can't see it. It's invisible. 3-fingered green monster pulling it down.
But the key thing is you can measure.
One second. Do you see my 3-fingered green
More
monster?
intelligent than someone like
You can't because it's invisible. So it could be that green monster, right? Exactly, because you don't know what it is. So now, gravity is an inference by looking at the effects, but gravity is the cause.
Exactly.
We don't know gravity. We haven't established gravitons yet.
Can you say the same about God?
Wait. We established about empirical evidence, one step at a time. Just like photons, we know what photons are. We are working towards gravitons, to prove gravitons. We haven't proven gravity, we only inferring by looking at the effects. So we are saying this must have fallen because there is a cause behind it. We only see the effects. So you only saw the effect. You didn't see gravity. You are postulating the reason it fell is because of gravity. You are causing, you're putting a cause behind this effect which is called gravity. This universe is the effect of a cause we call the creator. You don't need to see the creator. You see the creation and you see the effect of it. Be consistent and say, I can see the effect. Therefore, there is a creator who has
We don't
produced.
know that yet, and that's the thing that I like.
but like
about
But you said there was a gravity.
Let me finish.
Well, you said there was a free.
No, let him do
I just made it up.
Why are you saying it's real?
I didn't say it's real, but I'm saying there is something that is real, a force which we cannot see and we cannot measure.
Exactly.
We only measure the effects of it. We can say it's 9.81 meter per second, or meter squared per second. Do you remember your physics? Right. What we're saying is this universe is an effect of a cause.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and
You
I
have
think
to apply the
scientists
same
agree
thing,
on that.
man.
And
So you believe in a
the
creator.
best theory they've got so far in against the theory is the Big Bang. But the thing that scientists say is that they say that's the best that we know to our knowledge. But they're open to changing their mind upon new evidence.
But do you know why I bring this example? Because you said empirical evidence.
Exactly.
You believe in gravity without any empirical evidence.
But the empirical evidence is that it can be
Okay.
measured depending on.
Have you
on the
seen your
context.
pancreas?
No, but I'm sure if I. I'm
No.
sure
Have you seen it?
Not with my own eyes, but
Have you? No. Have you seen it?
But I'm not saying that seen.
Excuse me.
I'm not
It's
saying
very
that-
important. Have you seen it?
Direct answer.
Obviously not.
Not. Does it exist?
Yes.
Okay. So you did not do any empirical observation and testing.
Well, I'm sure if I went to the
No.
GP, I'm sure I
Listen.
could prove my empirical
Listen.
evidence.
Listen to what I'm saying. You have not done any experimentation. You have not observed it by empirical experimentation, but you still affirm it. Why are you not going to be consistent? You affirm the existence of your brain, your pancreas, your liver, even though you know seen it yourself. You haven't done the experiments, but you affirm by inference that I have seen in human beings they need a kidney and a pancreas and a liver.
Let me refrain then. I'm pretty sure I have a pancreas, but I can't be 100%.
How are you
certain.
pretty sure?
Let me.
How are you
let me
pretty
be
sure?
consistent, let me be
How are you pretty
consistent
sure?
in my approach.
How are you certain? Did you do an
No, I'm
experimentation?
not certain. I'm saying I'm pretty sure. But if you could give me 5 minutes to get in touch with a GP, I could.
No. How are you sure now?
I'm not because, like you said,
You're
I'm
not.
being
So
consistent
basically,
in my
this is
approach.
your blind faith.
It's not blind faith.
What is it then?
What is the assumption?
Assumption. Good.
what is
So,
assumption?
so you assume. So now you believe in things through assumptions. You assume things to be
That's the
true.
point of gravity. That is empirical. That is something that is
No,
objectively measured.
no.
If you-
I explained to you already. It's just an observation of the effect.
Not even measure it.
Observation of the effect.
what is it?
Observation of the effect.
It's one of the fundamental laws.
One moment. Brother, one
It's one
discussion.
of the fundamental laws of
What was it
nature.
before he died? At the end, what did he say?
We infer it because we don't know, we can't see it, but we
And
infer.
that's what scientists do. There's only so
Brother, can we have one discussion?
There's only so many variables you can control for. But once all the variables or the main variables have been controlled for, that's when you can infer the differences. It's when, for instance, when a detective investigates a murder, they can't be 100% certain that the murderer actually committed the murder. They have to make inferences. But they make inferences on hard evidence. Sure. Okay. And that's all I'm doing.
Okay.
So, for instance, let me just finish my point.
Go ahead.
So if I was to pick a path, whether it be, path of atheism, Islam, Christianity, I want to make sure that I have the best evidence, knowledge, evidence before I make that commitment. So I want to go with whatever path has the most evidence, and from my personal understanding, I'm still young, but with the evidence I have at hand, atheism makes the most sense because the evidence is actually there.
Share with me this evidence of atheism, that God doesn't exist and the universe came from nothing.
I might be incorrect, but I believe that Islam doesn't actually believe in the theory of evolution.
No.
Atheism,
Your
not Islam.
position.
Your position. Provide positive evidence for your assertion, your belief,
Atheism.
because you said out of all of this,
Atheism makes
this one makes sense.
Exactly.
So now try to make sense with us. Tell us how atheism makes sense about the reality.
Because atheism relies on empirical evidence to assert its claims.
No.
It believes
Atheism has nothing to do with environment.
Sometimes people should keep quiet, man. Just make them say, oh my
and why is that?
Thank you.
Why is that such a?
Okay. So according to the atheistic paradigm, explain the existence of something rather than nothing.
Don't go there.
There's something,
Why does something exist rather than nothing?
because there's something's always existed.
Now, according to atheistic paradigm, share with me that atheistic logic and reason can answer this question, that something exists rather than nothing.
I think you're into like word riddles, but
I'm not
No,
riddles.
they're not word riddles.
Do you know what something is? You are something. This is something. Yeah?
It's always
Nothing is absence of anything. That's the concept. So
you're
why
basically saying
does
zero equals
why does
zero
something
equals
exist?
zero.
Why does something exist rather than being absolute nothingness?
Right, so you're going with the logic of 0 times 0 is
I am not
zero.
going anywhere. I'm asking you, according to the atheistic paradigm, explain to me why does something exist rather than nothingness?
Some kind of chemical reaction has to occur for something to exist. So, if we talk about
Let me tell you. Why isn't there nothing? And that's it. No, nothing. We're not here. Nothing here. Everything, non-existence. Why wasn't that the case?
Well, the best theory theory we have is that there exists multiple dimensions. So there's multiple realities.
I am saying, why are there even multiple dimensions? Why aren't there simply nothing?
The Big Bang.
No, I'm saying, why are there even not nothing? And why is there a Big Bang?
because something.
Why
always
isn't there?
exists.
You are on a different level, a different operating. You're not in the same atheistic paradigm, so it's not going to help you. I'm asking you, my
You have to
friend
comprehend when
Kane.
somebody's talking, brother.
Nothingness is the absence of everything.
No, you're not
Why
understanding.
isn't
You
it
don't
the case?
understand. Oh my
Why
God.
isn't the status quo, the default position, that there is nothing? Why is there something in the first place? Why isn't there simply nothing? And that's it, nothing. No God, no existence, no humans, no evolution, no dinosaurs, simply nothing.
Something has to exist.
Why?
Why? Because for anything to happen, it's got to be a reaction from.
No, not happening. I'm saying, why does it need to exist in the first place? Why isn't there nothingness? Why isn't there nothingness as a default position? You are an atheistic paradigm in your reasoning. Tell me from your atheistic paradigm, why isn't the default position nothing?
At one point there was nothing.
At one point there was nothing?
At one point there was.
Okay, let's hear it. If at one point there was nothing, how did something come from this nothing?
Exactly.
That's what scientists are still trying to investigate.
What is nothing? It's absence of energy, matter, time, space, gravity, fluctuation, potential, possibilities. It's the absence of everything. When such a state is there, there is no possibility to form something. There is no potential to form something. There is nothing to become something. It simply is a state of affairs when there's absolute nothingness. If you affirm there was absolute nothingness, then absolute nothingness will always remain. It will always be absolute nothingness. Something will not come out of it. Something to come out, something, it needs an agency, it needs energy or power, and so on and so forth. There was nothing there.
It needs something.
Exactly. There wasn't anything there. So there will be never something if there was absolute nothingness. But we are something now, and that's why the gentleman is correct. There has to be always something. That's what the Islamic position is, which is God the creator, always. But I'm asking you from the atheistic paradigm, why is there not nothing and something instead?
We don't know yet.
It's not about we don't know. You have an atheistic paradigm, which you said, did you not say it makes more sense? Go on, make sense to us.
No.
I don't want your ignorance. Look, brother, I don't want your ignorance about something, oh, we will know in the future. You said it makes sense. So now tell me, make sense with us that according to your atheistic paradigm, something came from nothing or something came from something, whatever, and it's never nothingness. Tell me.
Like I said, it came from the Big Bang. That's why.
Big Bang
that's where
is something.
Yeah.
When you have a bang, it's something.
Yes.
I'm saying, why wasn't there nothing in the first place?
And that's what I don't know yet.
But you said it made sense from your atheistic paradigm.
That's what I said.
From the timeline of the Big Bang.
No, atheistic paradigm you're using. I didn't say it makes sense to you. So now if you're using a paradigm which doesn't give you the answers, okay, what are the assumptions of atheism?
The assumptions of atheism is that there isn't a God. God doesn't exist. Because if God, for instance, is omnipotent, omniscient, exactly, yeah. X amount of phenomena wouldn't have happened, or would still happen. So, and the way that...
Have you heard about the problem of evil? This is how the atheists argue.
Where is it?
God is good. There is evil. There is suffering. There is cold and there's pain. So that means God doesn't exist. We ask the atheists, if there was no evil, does that mean God exists?
That's not the main point I take.
It's not a main point, but that's how the bad arguments atheists come up with against God. Right? So we will say, if there was no evil, does that prove God exists? No atheists will say it proves God exists, because they know that it has nothing to do with evil and good. God existence which has nothing to do with good and evil. Because if it was with evil means God doesn't exist, if there's no evil, God exists.
Yeah.
You see? It must follow God exists. But they would...
Can you answer this for me before I provide my next point? I'm not sure if Islam leaves this or not, but do you believe in basically everything is a test? Is that what you believe?
We believe life is a test.
Okay, if that's the case then, how is it a test if, for instance, if I was to give birth and my baby was to die in its mother's womb, how would that be a test for that baby?
It's not a test for the baby, it's a test for you.
Life is created though. Like
No. That baby will have his own recompense, will have his own tests later again, right? Or you will go to, there's two positions. This baby, this child goes to paradise, or this baby is given the...
Would it go to paradise as a
if you allow me to finish, do you understand the positions? Either the baby is then given the ability to have intellectual faculty to develop and then go through a test, and then they will have that test, or they go to paradise directly, right? Two positions, no problem with either one. Test is for you as a parent. Did you remain in patience, in reliance with God? Or did you become an atheist just because you lost a child?
Would the fetus go to paradise as a fetus, or because how would it ever grow?
According to the Islamic understanding, a human being is only a human being when the soul is infused in the fetus. Before it's infused, it's in a vegetative state, it's not a human being. A human being is when you have a soul infused into the body. So the soul doesn't come in day one.
Do you know what the table is?
The soul comes in later.
So despite brain activity, the soul doesn't exist, is that what you're saying?
It's a vegetative state. It's not a human being. So this is our position. But let's help you with your understanding. So, like this gentleman, what's your name? Martin.
How you doing?
Martin accept there has to be always something. Do you accept that? If something exists now, can there be a time there was absolute nothingness? The answer is cannot be, because from absolute nothingness you can't get something.
Like I said, my beliefs begin from the Big Bang. Before the Big Bang, I'm not sure.
No, what I'm saying is, if something exists now, if you go back in time, at one point there cannot be absolute nothingness, because from nothingness you get nothingness.
Simple.
The fact that you have something, you have to always have something. That is not atheism.
Exactly.
That is now believing in something that always exists.
I've not claimed that. I've said.
I am saying this is demonstrably true. It is. There is no way out of it. You have to.
That's what we're still investigating.
No, I ask.
Even, for instance, string theory is
What is string theory?
recent.
What is string theory?
String theory believes that basically light can be measured through in the form of waves.
Leave it.
At a high level.
Oh,
Again,
okay.
I'm not a
Fine.
physicist.
You know what? This brother is a physicist. So now tell him what do you understand by string theory.
I only know a high level of it. That's all.
Sorry? What is it?
Let me confirm it.
Okay, not talk about that.
Dimension. You need energy. You need string. So these concepts you need together. I mean, at the first hand. So where do you get these
when you talk
these
about
things
knowledge.
at all? I mean, it begins the universe. So you need something.
Yeah,
And
it all
then
stems
from
from the
where
Big
you-
Bang. That's
No,
what.
the Big Bang is a result of that. They propose the M theory that this, due to this dynamics of this M membranes, you get a task in the vibrating membrane, and you get energy burst, and then Big Bang happens. That is a way of explaining. But there is you need at first hand you need dimension, you need time, you need 9 special dimension and on time. And then you need energy, ability of this string, highly powerful energy, and then quantum field. And quantum field, even physicists do not know how much energy is there. I mean, in this vacuum, even we know only 5% of this universe. We know nothing about the law of dark energy, dark matter. Okay.
Exactly.
So do you realize something? So this is a sign for you that in our discussion, you have been provided with a physicist to answer even your question.
Yeah, and
Just think
what
about
he's
it.
told me
No.
that we don't know a lot.
No. Think about it. You need all of this. Where did this come from?
We're still investigating. We don't know.
Look, it's not what we don't know. These things don't
We
pop.
didn't even know the Big Bang
These
existed.
things don't pop into existence from nowhere.
Over 100 years ago, we didn't even
You
know the
know
Big Bang
that
existed.
you know that this cannot be without. I mean, this cannot be from nothing. You know, these things are concepts.
That's a reality.
To create concept, you need human intelligence. So space have to have certain properties. I mean, space is not something like randomly some concept. I mean, you have certain concept associated with space, certain properties linked with time. So these are well organized and well defined. So even in mathematics, you have to define relations. Otherwise, define quantities. What does that mean? It will not create anything. You have to give certain characteristics to do these concepts and in relation to these things. Then only you will run with energy, and then you produce the universe. So at first hand, you have to have a comprehensive plan that if I start with these things and run, and then things come up like this, meaningful things. So like that, even if you toss a coin, you never get 6, like in a Ludo kind of things. So even if you run it randomly, you always have to have initial setting, that what I will get after tossing this random run. So in the initial setting, you have to have some initial design. Initial plan you need first hand. You know, so therefore this existence of everything, you have law, you have energy, you have meaningful creation. So that means that a ability is working behind from this universe to create law. Law does not create itself, and then law does not enforce itself. You have to, I mean, I can write a constitution, okay, but I cannot enforce it. Nothing happens according to this law. Okay, to bring anything meaningful with a constitution, we need first-hand proper law design, conceptualization, and then you need energy, ability to enforce that. You have to ensure that every step this law is ensured. So we are standing because this gravity is being ensured. We take this
Sorry,
for
let me just
granted.
interject a second.
Sorry.
So, like I said, my understanding starts at the Big Bang. I might have to go back and, revisit some of my current beliefs and understandings. And, this brother here might be
This
right.
gentleman is
Something might always come from
atheist.
something else. Nothing comes from nothing. So, yeah, that might be true. I need to verify that. But that still doesn't explain why Allah or any other kind of God would be a creator.
Okay, let me defend this. So you have accepted that something is there. Okay. Now we identify that what should be the characteristics of that something. We see its effect. So we cannot see it directly. We see effects. So what are the effects of this something? We are conscious being. The whole universe. There is no single space where laws are being violated. Every inch of this, every micro, nano in and femto scale, there is law. Forcefully imposed. Enforced.
Yeah,
So-
I agree with you with that.
Yeah. So everything is being run by this ability, what we call energy. Energy is not something cloudy, whitish thing. Energy is an abstract thing. We see the effect of energy. This gravity has certain energy, ability. So that's why you see the effect of falling. So all the energies in the universe are same ability. That's why